Cloudcast Media. Drew Schlosberg Spotlight on the Community Show, amplifying the voices of social impact organizations, entrepreneurs, local nonprofits, and other community champions who shape the culture, creativity, and connectivity of San Diego. Brought to you by Mission Fed Credit Union, bringing good things to San Diego for over 60 years. Learn more about what is good for you and good for all by visiting www.missionfed.com.
I'm Drew Schlosberg of Cloudcast Media. I'll have these folks back on for a return appearance. They're friends from the Trinity Theatre Company, joined by Connor Boyd, Associate Artistic Director of the Theatre Company. How you doing, Connor?
I'm doing great, Drew. It's great to be back.
Oh, it's always good to have you on. And tell our good folks in our audience where you folks are located.
Sure, yeah. We're located now at the Mission Valley Mall. We're in Suite 129 over by Outback Steakhouse.
Oh, my goodness. You're getting me hungry over here. I shouldn't be hungry at 9:30 in the morning over here. And you're also a performer in one of the performances that'll be coming on 35 millimeter, a musical exhibition, correct?
That's correct.
Yeah, we're going to talk about that as well, as you're joined by your colleague, Mia Dawson, who will also be performing in this production. How you doing, Mia?
I'm doing fantastic. Thanks for having us on.
Of course. How long have you been working with the Trinity Theatre Company?
I started my journey with Trinity last summer. I was in their production of Ride the Cyclone and loved working with the company, so I'm really glad to be back this summer.
Very, very good. Now, have you done any producing and directing, or just only acting?
Not with the company just yet. I've done it myself, working with other companies, but just here with Trinity as a performer and love working with them in that regard. So.
Yeah, tell me why you like working with them. I'll tell you why I like having them on the show, but let me see why you like working with them.
They really, they keep to what they stand for, community and family and friends. It really does feel like working with family. You get to be really close to everyone who works there. They're always popping in and out. You get to see the hands that are guiding everything that you do every day and getting to meet the people that are genuinely making a difference within the community and within the company.
Right. Connor, we'd be remiss if we didn't shout out your brother, correct?
Of course. Always got to give Sean a shout out.
Yes. How's he doing?
Sean's doing great. He just celebrated his 7-year anniversary for his wedding, I think.
Well, congratulations to him. Very, very good. And one of the things, maybe we can talk about this, we'll certainly talk about, 35 millimeter, a musical exhibition. But you folks have always been laser beamed on working with the students in schools.
That's correct.
And so we'll talk about that.
Yeah, so we have multiple school partnerships that go specifically to school sites. Over the summer, we participated in the Level Up summer session programs, which allows free opportunities for kids to get theater classes that they're not going to get anywhere else. In addition to that, we also have our own classes, Trinity Tots, an improv class, different method classes, as well as classes that are more focused on a showcase performance. For example, we're doing Anastasia the musical, which kids can sign up for. They'll get all kinds of vocal lessons and acting lessons throughout the process, as well as being able to perform in an actual show at the end of the session.
That's great. So you started in this world of performing arts and all this business at a young age, did you not?
That's correct. Yeah, I started when I was 7 years old.
Right. Acting?
Acting, singing, dancing, all of it. Yeah, acting up too.
Very, very. How about you, Mia? When did you start?
Around the same age. I did my very first show when I was in the first grade and haven't quit since.
Oh, my goodness.
It's a disease.
Were you in first grade here in San Diego County?
No, I grew up here for a little while in San Diego. Then I moved over to Temecula, just up north.
Okay.
But my family made our way back down here. So it's been great to have a tie to that community over there and still be able to make connections down here and start working a little closer to home.
Now, was your family always into music and productions and acting, or no, you're the first one?
Absolutely not. I have 2 baseball-playing brothers. So when I came along, I was just giving my parents into something new. And it was definitely a trial for them, having to, deal with the baseball schedule, deal with the theater. It's a very different world, but I've had such a good experience, and they're so supportive.
So they've been driving you all over the place, right?
Yeah, pretty much. Until I got the license.
I think that's great. We are chatting with Connor Boyd, Associate Artistic Director for the Trinity Theatre Company. He's also a performer in 35mm a musical exhibition, joined by his colleague Mia Dawson, also performing. In this, we're going to get to what this is all about. I'm Drew Schlosberg. You're listening to another edition of Drew Schlosberg Spotlight on the Community Show. We are in our 18th year with the longest-running community podcast in the nation. Brought to you by Mission Fed Credit Union for more than 6 decades, just doing great things for people living in San Diego County. So talk about 35mm, a musical exhibition. How did this start? Whose idea was it? And what's it all about? And what can people expect?
Yeah, so I can actually credit Mia a little bit for how this started, because last summer we got to work with a lot of wonderful artists, and I took the opportunity to ask those artists what show they wanted to do. And one of the resounding shows that everyone wanted to do was 35mm. So we went ahead and made that happen and gave a lot of people an opportunity to do a show that doesn't get performed very often and is pretty much loved by all musical theater people that I know.
Right. So what's it about, Mia?
Oh gosh, what isn't it about?
Yeah, exactly. We got 3 hours.
Absolutely. It's a gorgeous piece. It's I like to kind of describe it. It's vignettes into different walks of life. There's no through line plot. It's what we would refer to as a song cycle. There's no plot within. It's just musical numbers, all in a shot, no lines, where you're just kind of taking a peek into somebody's lived experience. It's a different story for each song. So, you can connect it as a through line plot, but really they stand alone as just really peeks into somebody's life. It's really beautiful.
Right. So here I'm in the audience. I'm trying to get this here. All right. And then it opens up with a song. And how many people are on stage? How many people are singing the song?
Right. We have a cast of 5.
Okay.
There are some numbers we're all performing together, some solos, some duets, some trios. It really, the thing I love most about the show is it gives everybody an opportunity to shine. There's no, main character in it. We're all a collective ensemble telling these stories and making sure that they are portrayed in a way that is real and true. Very cool backstory of the show. There was Ryan Scott Oliver, who's the lyricist and composer of the show, was given photographs by a friend who sent him these photographs and said, write a song for each of these photographs. And we were actually able to utilize the photographs that were originally taken for the show. And so those are portrayed throughout the process of the show. You'll see us performing the song, and projected on the walls behind us, you'll see the photographs that were the inspiration, the muse for the songs that were written.
So Connor, is there only music and words from the songs? That's it?
Yeah, so there's no dialogue, there's no characters interacting with each other. It's all music. And every song is totally different. I mean, not every song is the same genre. They're all telling very different stories musically with different themes. Yeah, it's all music.
So is there gospel in there? Is there Zydeco?
You can kind of take it. We have one that is a little bit geared towards like that Southern, stomps and claps. And it's really, like Connor said, like you aren't going to go into it and feel like one song was similar to the other. There's something for everybody, and there's also a story for everybody to resonate with as well.
Right, exactly. And so you said sometimes it's one person on stage, right? Mm-hmm. And then some there's 3 and some there's 5 and so forth. How long is the performance?
The performance runs a 90 minutes total, including a 15-minute intermission.
Okay.
So it's a pretty quick running show. It really feels like an exciting concert that you're watching, and time just flies by while you're there. That's
very good. Now, is there an orchestra behind it? Is there music behind it? Or are the people that are, those 5, are they also, which you are 2 of them, are you actually playing music, guitar, piano, tambourine while you're singing?
We clap. In terms of the musical instruments, that's all backing tracks that we had to create for the show.
Sure.
But it sounds great. And there's actually an a cappella song where there's no music. It's just our voices.
Nice.
And that song is very pretty.
And when is the run? It goes from when to when?
We opened last Friday, and we have 2 more weekends.
Okay, so it goes, Saturday and Sunday?
Correct. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
Okay, and then how many performances on each of those days? One?
Just one at 7 p.m. on Friday and Saturday, and 2 p.m. on Sunday.
On Sunday, how do they get tickets?
You can get tickets on our website. You can go to any of our social media to find our website. Our website is trinityttc.org. You'll just head over to current shows and buy tickets.
Right. Now, is this show geared for a certain age group, or anybody can enjoy it?
I would give it a solid PG-13. You deal with, they're talking about real things, and they're talking about very difficult things a lot of the time, and things that everyone can resonate with, but not every parent would maybe want their child to see. So I would give it a PG-13. Some language, and definitely strong themes throughout.
Yeah, we'll come back from break. I want to talk more about your education, initiatives, some of the things going on in your fall classes and so forth. Maybe a little bit more about 35 millimeter musical exhibition as well. And Connor, you've been on the show before. We always save some time in the second half to what can our audience do to support you. Obviously, go to the performances. That's very good, but you can donate. They can volunteer and all that. So think about that as well when we return with Connor Boyd, Associate Artistic Director for the Trinity Theatre Company. He's also a performer in 35 millimeter, a musical exhibition, joined by his colleague Mia Dawson, also performing in this production that'll be running through August 25th. I'm Drew Schlosberg, and you will listen to another edition of Drew Schlosberg Spotlight on the Community Show. We are the nation's longest running community podcast in our AT&T era, brought to you by Mission Fed Credit Union for 6 decades, doing great things. People living in San Diego County. We will be right back.
When you do your banking with Mission Fed, you get great rates on auto and home loans. That's good for you, but something good also happens for a lot of other people. We're not for profit, so we put money back into the community to help lots of great nonprofits to keep San Diego strong. So you're not just getting something good, you're doing something good. Come to Mission Fed. It's banking that's good for all.
Brand amplification is the DNA of Cloudcast Media, and our code is the powerful blending of sound, voice, and storytelling to lift local brands and their communities. Whether it is our Brandcast, Schoolcast, or Causecast platforms, the unifying ethos is all about this community, the one you call home. If you dare to dream and want to explore the brand amplification of Cloudcast, a national leader in local podcasting and other Winfluence strategies, please visit us at cloudcast.us.
I'm Drew Schlosberg of Cloudcast Media. You're listening to another edition of Drew Schlosberg Spotlight on the Community Show, brought to you by Mission Fed Credit Union. We are chatting with our friends from the Trinity Theatre Company. Connor Boyd, Associate Artistic Director of the Trinity Theatre Company. He's also a performer in the 35 millimeter, a musical exhibition, joined by his colleague Mia Dawson, a performer as well. The production will go through August the 25th. Trinity Theatre Company is located in Mission Valley. It's a pretty cool venue as well. You'll have some, fun on this aspect of it. So we'll start with you on this one, Mia, and then add to it as well, Connor. Again, we mentioned earlier that your connection to the schools is very, very critical and very important. Talk about some of those key education initiatives.
Absolutely. While not being involved with that just yet, I'm looking to becoming a teaching artist with Trinity in this next semester that they have. They head to schools, local schools that maybe don't have such a strong connection to the arts, and they're able to teach these kids and put up a show in just a matter of weeks. And that's a pretty amazing thing. I've been able to, throughout our process of rehearsal for 35 millimeters, we've popped in and seen some of their community summer camp shows going on, and what they're able to do with such a large group of kids in such a short amount of time is pretty magical. I've been through summer camps myself, and I love the way that they run them, and I love the way that the kids are given an opportunity to shine and get out of their comfort zone and do these cool shows. They really do put on things that the kids actually want to do, not just these little kiddie shows you see a lot of people doing. They're doing things like Legally Blonde and Matilda and things that are, kids love it and they connect to it and they are excited about it. And, Sean was telling me and his wife, Megan, who are both work for Trinity, that, a lot of these kids meet their best friends at Trinity, and they didn't know each other and they don't know each other from school, but they're able to make these connections and want to come back every summer and want to continue working with the company, and that's just going to lead to them having future artists that come and do their big shows. So.
No, there's no question about that. And Connor, you guys have been doing this since 2012. How many of the students that you've worked with are now actually performing in your plays, so to speak?
Unfortunately, a lot of our students go on to go to cool schools and they leave San Diego, and unfortunately, they're busy with their own careers, and we haven't gotten a lot of our own students to come back yet. Exactly. But I will say that we've especially this year, we've had a lot of initiative from seniors in that age, 17 to 18-year-olds who have already before they go away for college are saying, let me get involved real quick during the summer. So for example, Sean's assistant director for 35 millimeters is a former student who is about to get ready to go to college, and they helped us so much on this show. It's unbelievable.
Well, and I think, we had on right before we had Michael Gertis on. He's the director of orchestras for SDSU. And so they have 3 orchestras and they play 225 things over the year and stuff. And it would be interesting to see how many, I probably should have asked him this, of the students that have gone through your program go through his program.
Right.
As well. And I think, you sort of hit on this, Mia, and I know that Raul and Michael were saying this from their previous interview, the fact that you get to meet new people that you may never even do, have had lunch with them, didn't even know they even existed. Now they're working with you on different things. So when somebody has been working with you, when you work at the schools, you've been working with them for like 6-7 years, Connor, is that possible?
Yeah, some of our teachers have been at the same school sites for at least a few years now, and they've formed many connections with not only the people in charge at the schools, but some of the parents, some of the students. And we oftentimes at the mall will have students from school sites who've never actually been at the mall and been at our mall site for classes. And their parents will bring them through and say, well, you taught classes at our kid's school, and they saw that you were in the mall, and we wanted to come and see if Teacher Tim or Teacher Lindsay was here, and we wanted to just say hi.
That stuff's great. And that's just going to continue to grow. Talk about Anastasia that's coming up. Isn't there a musical coming up?
Yeah, so one of our school musicals, I believe that is a partnership that's taking place at the Carmel Valley School site.
Okay.
It's an exciting musical for children that I've been told is very exciting for kids. Everyone wants to do that show.
Yeah, that's terrific. Have you been in an Anastasia show at all, Mia?
I have not, no. I've saw it though live, and it's like the most beautiful thing ever. It's these new shows that the kids are excited about, and they latch onto and they want to do, and Trinity is kind of bringing that to them. A lot of junior versions of these big shows are getting released, and they're sinking their hooks in and taking it on and making sure that everything that they're performing and that they're putting on are things that the kids really want to do. Yeah,
and doesn't it give them, Mia, and then you could answer this too, part of ownership in that performance when they are doing something that, hey, I really wanted to do this and now I'm involved. Talk about that.
Absolutely. I think that, especially in a school setting, a lot of kids don't have a whole lot of outlet into theater other than, through their own school system. And, it just depends on your director. A lot of these schools, they just throw on whatever the director wants to throw on, and which is a beautiful thing because that introduces the kids to other things, things they might not be interested in. But there is something to be said about going into a community and working with a company that genuinely just wants their students to have fun and to enjoy what they're putting on and have pride in what they're putting on. And, their other friends know that show, so they want to come see it. So I think it just it ignites a fire in them about something that doesn't necessarily have to come from like a purely educational standpoint. Like they can be excited about it too.
Right. Well, heaven forbid, learning something as well on that. And Connor, talk about this as well. One of the things we really like, emphasizing in our spotlight shows, whether it's in, theaters like yourself, or it's in healthcare, or it's in pick a topic, education, leadership, is that there's so many different types of jobs within this. You may not be able to even, stand to be in front of an audience acting, but there's like 45 other types of jobs in the theater, correct?
100%. I think my mom is a perfect example of that. I mean, she was a social worker for 20 years and is now a therapist. And she really had no involvement in theater whatsoever until me and my brother got involved. And now she writes grants for us. She works front house. She works backstage. She does everything that she possibly can, and pretty much anyone could do that if you want to get involved.
Well, I think the point in all this is, and we talk about this quite a bit, and same thing we talk about in the world of cyber. Okay, well, I don't know STEM. I'm not good at computer science. Yeah, but you love to draw, so they need graphic artists. Yeah, you like to sell, so they need salespeople. Yeah, you need people that can be spokespeople. Well, I want to be a lawyer. Well, they're going to need lawyers in this area. Every one of these, if you love whatever the concept is, you love being in theater, but I think I can't sing, I can't act, I can't do it, but I can certainly write grants, or I can certainly build stages, or I can certainly do things with my hands and all that. Do some of the students actually work in the crew setting up stuff, and are they building things as well?
Absolutely. I mean, we're safe with it. We're going to make sure they're supervised.
Right. Here's the hammer and
exactly.
And go to it. You never used one before.
Exactly. But no, of course, anyone who wants to get involved and help out with things like that is more than we're going to give them something to do for sure. And a lot of our students have been really taking initiative this summer to help out.
Well, the reason why I say that is I'm a perfect poster child for this, because I don't have a lot of talent in many things, which is quite obvious. Everyone's heard me talk for 18 years. But I'm good at doing what I call the lummox stuff. Hey, you need someone to carry something? You need someone to paint something? You want someone to hammer something? I can do that. I can't sing. I can't play music. I can do X, Y. But give me that type of job, and I can do it. And in all seriousness, it's just that there's going to be somebody for almost any job that aspect of it. What is the age group that you have people working with you? Is it elementary school through high school? How's that work?
Yeah, so our kids can range anywhere from, I think, 6 to 18 years old.
Right.
And then beyond that, it's all age groups. Our next show is a play called Living After Midnight, which focuses on a retirement home. And it was actually a piece that we did during our New Works Festival. And during the New Works Festival, we had one actor who was 93 years old and actors anywhere from age 60 to 93 years old. So
I think that's terrific. So how do people get tickets to our 35mm musical exhibition?
Yeah, so the easiest way is going to be straight through our website, going to trinityttc.org and going to our current productions page and clicking buy tickets.
Right, and they can go to the same website. Listen, I want to get involved with you folks. I want to help support you. I want to donate to you. I want to volunteer. Same website as well, right?
Absolutely, same website. Sign up for any of our mailing lists. We'd be happy to find a way to get you involved. If you're in the area near Mission Valley Mall, feel free to stop in, say hi. We can get you on a mailing list that way as well.
That's very, very good. Who knows? Maybe there's a performance. They'll stick you on stage and all that business. Mia, any final comments?
Yeah, I'd just say, Trinity Theater is an amazing company to work with. I think that's indicative of the fact that, I know so many people who want to come back and work with them again. I have one of my other friends who was in Cyclone with me last summer. We both came back because it was just the best time last summer. And like Connor said, there's 1,000,001 ways to be involved. And it takes a village and it takes a community and it becomes a family. So it's a really beautiful thing to get involved with.
That's so good. Well, Mia, a pleasure meeting you, and Connor, always good to have you, and Sean and the Boyds involved. Maybe why don't you have your mom come on next time?
Yeah, definitely. I'll try to convince her.
I'd love to have Sean and Connor and Mom on that. It's a family affair and all that business. Wishing you nothing but great success moving forward. We know we'll have you back on for some other performance you're doing down the road.
Thank you so much. Looking forward to it.
Absolutely. I'm Drew Schlosberg. You've been listening to another edition of Drew Schlosberg's Spotlight on the Community Show, the nation's longest running community podcast, now in our 18th year. Brought to you by Mission Fed Credit Union for 6 decades, just doing great things for everybody who lives in San Diego County. We hope you enjoyed the show.
You've been listening to an episode of Drew Schlosberg's Spotlight on the Community Show, amplifying the voices of social impact organizations, entrepreneurs, local nonprofits, and other community champions who shape the culture, creativity, and connectivity of San Diego community. Brought to you by Mission Fed Credit Union, bringing good things to San Diego for over 60 years. Learn more about what is good for you and good for all by visiting www.missionfed.com.
Cloudcast Media.